and he's a wonderful presenter. He speaks very good English, clear, crystal clear English in the American version. And so today, Jeremy, you will be talking about ways to develop, you will be talking about ways to develop communicative skills, authentic, real English speaking skills in the EFL classroom with the students. Yes, over to you, Jeremy.
Right.
Bravo.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Nice to see everybody. I hope your evening is going well. Thank you for taking some time to spend with me this evening. And I'm really excited to meet you and to see you. And if there's any ways I can help you and encourage you in English teaching, it would be a pleasure for me, because I know that English teaching is not the easiest job in the world, and there are many challenges and difficulties with it. So in this format, I will be showing a presentation that you can see as I speak, as I talk. But as I do, if you have any question at any time, feel free to ask. You can either ask with your microphone, just speaking, and say, hello, I have a question, please. Or you can write it into the chat and send it in the chat, either way. But at any time, you are welcome to ask a question. So with that, let's get started. Hopefully you can see this presentation here. Teaching strategies for motivating learners in the classroom. How can we motivate students in order to help their competency in the classroom? And so I just want to, today, this is our first time together, just overview a few things simply with you. Hopefully it will generate some thoughts. We'll have a little time at the end as well for questions too. So first of all, I wanted to start with just some practical ideas for vocabulary, focusing on vocabulary. Why vocabulary first? Because vocabulary, we have to start somewhere. We have to begin somewhere. And while grammar is important to add structure to the English language, vocabulary is the actual essence of the language. And so that's what we start with. And that's what I'd like to focus on right now. As they say, when students travel, they don't carry grammar books, they carry dictionaries, which is very true. Most of my students really don't like grammar, but there are some things that we can do with grammar too to make it more interesting and more fun. But let's start first of all just with focus on vocabulary. Some of what I'll do is just show a few practical tools that I usually use in my lessons to help. And one of them is the mime. I don't know if you use the mime in your lessons, but it's a very effective way for students to associate instantly meaning with the words. And so, for example, let's say if we were doing a lesson on sports, and we have these different sports that we are focusing on, then obviously if I show a motion, I don't know, you probably can't see me right now. Maybe you can see me. If you can't see me and I was doing a particular motion, what motion do you think would be this particular? Oh, I can see.
Swimming.
Yeah.
Swimming.
And Ella, I saw her mouth moving too. It's swimming. Correct. Yeah, so easy, swimming. And so instantly kids see it, students see it, and they understand it, and it's connected with the word. Anything we can do in order to connect without translation, I try to avoid translation, because translation just slows the mind down. It slows everything down. It's good for the profession of translator or interpreter, but when it comes to actually just learning a language, translation is not always the best way to use. And so as much as possible, using association is really good. I don't know if, again, if you can see me, which sport am I showing here? If I go like this, and what sport am I?
Volleyball.
Yeah, that's
volleyball.
You guys are fantastic. That's easy. Let's do one last one. Okay. Activities with do. So some are with play, some are with go, and these are with do. And that's always an interesting lesson as well, to talk about which sports are play, which sports are go, which sports are do. But
Aerobics.
yes, which sport am I showing? Hiya.
Karate.
Karate.
Yeah,
Yoga.
fantastic.
Yoga.
No, with American pronunciation, we say karate.
Karate.
Karate, correct. It is karate.
In British, it's karate. No?
I think in British it's karate.
Karate. Thank you.
But in American, we tend, with our accent, in the American accent, we tend to be a little bit lazy in our pronunciation, and so we just say karate.
Karate. Okay. Thank
so
you.
here are different ways of teaching vocabulary. All of these are great. Some of them may be familiar to you, and some of them may not be. Using antonyms, using synonyms. Realia. Does anybody know what realia is? Any guesses?
Any real names on toothpaste, for example? On labels of clothes, maybe?
Good guess. Not exactly, no.
Really, with the language.
With language, what do you mean, Ella?
For instance,
authentic, maybe realia is authentic.
Yes, authentic. Some authentic materials.
Some things, objects.
Yes, that's it. You are exactly right.
Connected with particular culture, probably. Right?
No, not necessarily. Realia actually just means real objects. So for example, if you had a lesson about animals and you bring real animals to your lesson so that your children can touch dogs and cats and birds and everything and see them, this would be realia. If you're having a lesson about toys, you would bring real toys with you to the lesson and show the toys, and they can touch them, hold them, play with them, do things with them. These are realia. So again, all of these things, as much as possible, trying to use association to connect vocabulary with words. Another one is clines. Does anybody know what?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's kind of a specific word connected with, it's kind of level or degree of strength. For example, it's good, it's great, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So these are clines.
Gradation, some kind of gradation.
Yes, correct.
Degrees.
Degrees. So it's okay. It's bad. It's terrible. It's absolutely horrible. All of these would be clines, degrees of strength in the meaning. So these are all different ways. Of course, visuals, these can be like flashcards or presentations or videos. These are visuals. Situations. It's another great way. Let's make a drama about the airport situation. And so we have a situation where you need to show your passport, get your ticket, go to your gate, talk to the flight attendant, all the different things to help with connecting words. Examples, translation. It is a tool too. It's not my favorite, but it is a tool too. Definitions. And of course, mime, as we talked about already. Mime is one of my favorites, but maybe it's because when I was a child, I wanted to be an actor. So maybe that's why it's one of my favorites. Let's do an example of definitions matching just for fun. We have some idioms here. Since you are English teachers and your English is fantastic, I'm sure. Let's take a look at some idioms and see if you can connect the idiom with the definition. What do you think? Let's start with the first one, ahead of the game. What definition would...
To think or plan ahead.
Yes, correct. That's great. What's your name again? I see your name is written as Denise.
Yeah, that's my son's name. I am Lena. Yelena.
Yelena, nice to see you, Yelena. Fantastic. You are correct. Ahead of the game is to think or plan ahead. So we can use this in the context. Are we ready for our trip? Oh yeah, I'm already ahead of the game. Everything is already ready, planned ahead. How about the next one? At this stage of the game.
At a certain point in a process.
Yes, correct. You got it, at a certain point in a process. So, for example, you could say, you know, at this stage of the game, I think you need a lawyer. How about fun and games?
I consider it's enjoyable activities.
Yes, Ella, that's perfect. You guys are so smart. It's good. Enjoyable activities. We can use this in context. For example, it's all fun and games until your teacher comes back. Yes. Okay. How about to give the game away?
To reveal a secret?
Reveal a secret, maybe.
You got it. Correct. To reveal a secret. So if you are planning some surprise birthday party and you accidentally say something, you say, oh no, I gave the game away. And the final one, of course, the name of the game.
The type of activity mentioned.
Yes, the type of activity mentioned. So we say, you know, making money is the name of the game, or something like that. So these are different things we can use for connecting in children's minds vocabulary with meanings. So what do children need to know? They need to know meaning. What else do they need to know? In order to use vocabulary successfully, what do students need? They need meaning. What else? Any ideas? What do you think?
Maybe pronunciation.
Oh, that's great. Pronunciation. Fantastic. Anything else?
Some synonyms of the particular word.
Maybe.
Collocation.
Some specific meaning that can be used in this or that sentence.
Yes.
I mean, like, for example, moisture, humid, something like that.
In context, the right context.
Yes, in context.
And Ella, good job. Collocations too. It's very important as well. Here's some things. Spelling. And of course,
spelling, yeah.
there are Great Britain variants and American variants as well. For example, the word color. Americans are lazy, so we try to make words shorter. Pronunciation, as we said, and word stress. Like the word invisible, not invisible. Grammar, how can you use it? Regular, irregular verb, countable, uncountable, part of speech. Those are things we need to know. Connotation, what is connotation? Positive or negative? For example, the difference between the word plump and fat.
Yes.
Plump and fat. Which one is negative?
Fat.
Fat, of course.
Yes, of course. Fat is negative, but plump can be more positive. Register. Is it formal? Is it informal? Is it slang? Formal in Britain, how do you do? More informal, for example, in USA, we say, how are you? And slang, what do teenagers say to each other?
What's up?
That's it. What's up? Hey, what's up? Or if they are really tired or bored, they just say, sup. And that's it. So formal, informal, and slang. Yes, as Ella said, collocation. What other words go with this word? What words go together with it? Like suit and tie. They typically go together. I call these word bombs. Things that you think you know from your language, but actually it's a different word in another language. An example I like to give is the word concourse. What does the word concourse mean in Russian?
Like competition.
Yeah, competition, that's
Contest.
right. Contest, that's it. But in English, it's completely different. Concourse. You might see this word in English and go, oh, I know this word. It means competition. But no, concourse in English is a completely different word. It means, does anybody know what it means? No.
I don't remember the meaning.
Alsu, you heard about this before, I think.
Yes, I've heard, but I don't remember the meaning. Shame upon me.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. That's why we repeat things. Concourse is a big hallway, typically with rooms that go off of the hallway on either side. So it's the most typical place you will see this word is at the airport, because they have concourses with gates, the gates where all the airplanes come. And so it's a big long hallway with the gates for the airplanes to come and people can go. So that's why you'll see here at the airport, concourse A, concourse B, things like that.
And yesterday I gave my students the word stool, S-T-O-O-L. So in Russian, stool means a chair with a back.
Yes.
So spinкой.
Yes.
And in English, it means the translation of the word stool means taburet.
Yes, that's it.
Without back.
Without a back. You are correct. You are correct. So this is another example. Good example, Alsu. Great.
Thank you.
And of course, other forms too. Noun, verb, adjective, adverb. For example, the word love. What is the noun for the word love?
Jeremy, yes. I'm sorry for interrupting. Can you please pronounce again this false, the word?
Sure, false. It is false cognates.
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 Okay. Thanks.
False
Sorry.
cognates. No problem. You are welcome to ask any question anytime. This is an interactive time together, so it's good. What is the noun for the word love?
Another word?
The noun. What is the noun form of the word love?
Love.
Feeling.
Yeah, love, correct. Its noun form is love. How about the verb?
Love.
To love?
To love. It's easy.
Love.
But what about the adjective?
Lovely.
Love again?
Loving.
Oh, we got two different variants here. We've got lovely and we've got loving. Both are adjectives, both are correct, but they different in meaning. What is the difference between lovely and loving?
Well, lovely means like wonderful, as I know.
Yeah, like beautiful. And what
And
about loving?
Loving, if it's a participle one, it means the process.
Yeah. No, not participle, adjective, just
No, but
adjective. Yeah. For example, she is a very loving person. Loving person.
Loving.
Any ideas? It means somebody who loves everybody. Somebody who loves easily. They always love other people. This is a loving person. For example, you could say, I have a loving mother.
Who has deep feeling.
Yes, deep feeling, correct. Very good definition. So that's the adjective. How about the adverb? What would be the adverb for love?
Adverb.
Yes,
Is that possible?
it is possible. Not with lovely, but it's possible with loving.
Lovingly.
Yep, that's it. You got it. Good guess. It's lovingly. Lovingly would be the adjective. So here we go. These are all the forms of love. These are what students need to know. Let's just try for fun an antonyms activity. Here's an example that we can use. For example, we have loud 3 times, but each one has a different nuance. So what is the opposite, the antonym of loud in these situations? We have a loud voice, a loud shirt, and a loud concert. So what is a loud voice?
Low voice.
Low voice?
No.
No.
Not low. Low.
I see Irina says low.
Quiet.
Yes, quiet, correct.
Quiet.
Quiet would be correct for a loud voice. How about a loud shirt? What is this?
And what does a loud shirt mean
High.
in this case?
I
Like modest?
You are
Not-
very close. It's it's connected with color.
Not
So,
colored, not colorful.
yeah, so how could we say this in one word, an adjective? A shirt that is not very colorful. Any ideas? Here's a
Shabby.
word.
Subtle.
This word we say subtle. A subtle shirt, a shirt that doesn't take your attention. And a loud concert, actually quiet would be the same in this situation too. Let's go to the next one. How about a slight injury, a slight improvement, and a slight accent? What could we do for slight injury? Some of this
A
is
serious injury.
Oh, that's
That-
great. Yes, serious would be good. That's a good example. Yeah, serious, bad. Those are great. We can say big too.
So I've thought of this.
But serious is good, bad is good. How about a slight improvement?
Considerable improvement.
Oh, that's a great one. Great one. We can often say major.
Major.
And the last one, a slight accent. He has a slight accent.
A big
Strong.
accent, maybe.
Strong.
Yes, strong is perfect. In this case, we would say strong accent. So these are some collocations too that we use together with these. Okay, next one, a sharp image. A sharp increase and a sharp knife. What would be a sharp image? On the TV. And the antonym for a sharp image on your computer or on the TV. Ooh, difficult.
Difficult, yes.
Yeah, it's the image that you see. It's not very good. It's difficult to see. We call this a
Invisible.
Like
Yeah.
blurry or blur?
Yes, exactly. We'd call it fuzzy.
Fuzzy.
Fuzzy image. Blurry is another good word. Blurry image, fuzzy image. You guys are fantastic. How about a sharp increase?
A slow increase.
You could. Better would be, yeah, actually you are very good.
Slow.
Slow. And
Slow.
how about a sharp knife? I'm testing your English tonight.
I don't
In Russian,
remember
I
the
know.
word. Yeah, I know in Russian.
A
Dull.
dull.
Dull, there it
yes.
is, dull. Sorry, I'm chose this is more for advanced level English, but because you are English teachers, I'm giving you kind of high level examples. So take it as a compliment. It's a compliment to you. Okay, last one, dry climate, dry cake, and dry wine. What can we say for dry climate? What is the antonym?
Humid climate.
Yeah, good, or wet.
How wet?
Wet or humid, both are correct. Both are good. How about a dry cake?
Oh, I know that, moist.
Very good. Beautiful English. And the last one, a dry wine.
Strong wine. Wine.
Oh, semi-sweet, sweet. Yes, we could say sweet. But here's an
Robust.
robust. It's a very
Robust.
high level English, robust wine. So this is just
I
an
like
example.
robust wine.
You like robust wine? Oh, it's delicious. Me too. It tastes.
So robust means sweet, like it tastes sweet.
Yes, it tastes sweet or very strong and stays a long time in on your tongue, the taste of it.
And one more question, can I?
Yes, of course.
Can you say a loud outfit or a subtle outfit? Like
yes, you can. Absolutely. You can absolutely say a loud outfit.
Okay.
And this word robust is connected with coffee.
Yes,
No?
you're right. How did you know that? Do you drink coffee a lot?
Yes, I like it.
I see, that's great. Yes, we typically say about the beans. The beans have a very robust taste.
Yeah.
Great, good job, good job. Okay, now let's move to grammar. These are just some simple ideas of things. Now, how can we do this with grammar? Oh, when my students think about grammar, they want to run away. So how can we do something with grammar to connect with our students in a better way? Obviously, here's just some different examples. One way to teach grammar is from a text. And how do we do this? So we use the skill of reading or listening to teach the language. And then from the language, they get the form and the meaning. This would typically be a situation, for example, if I wanted to teach past simple, I would have the students read a text or listen to a text which has past simple in it. And then from the text, they would try to start to understand how to use past simple. It's just simply using the text to teach the concept of the grammar. So this is a way that I would use the lesson with the text. Typically, I would do something like this. First of all, I want them to be interested. So I set the scene. Let's say, for example, we are doing a lesson about connected with past simple, and it's connected with money. And it's about a boy who won a lot of money at the lottery, or a young man, he won the lottery. And so, first of all, set the scene and say, for example, a question at the beginning of the lesson. What would you do if you saw on the street $1 million? What would you do with this money? And have the students discuss this. Oh, what would I do with $1 million? Would I keep it? Would I give it to the police? Would I give it to charity? Would I buy a Ferrari? What would I do with this money if I found it? And this sets the scene, creates the interest. Yes, Irina says, take and run away. Good.
If I only have.
Yes, exactly. So then after we discuss this, oh, this is interesting now for the students. Then I say, okay, here's the title of the text. Boy wins $1 million. Okay, what do you think this story is about? Tell me. So the students start to predict, what will this story be about? And only after this, then we read the story and we focus on the content. First, the big picture with a few simple questions, and then the details with more questions. And then the students practice the language from the text, maybe by writing a letter or doing a mini drama role play about what they just read or listened to. So this would be my lesson, using the text to help them learn the concept. Great. Next one. Situation. We can use situation to speak about grammar. Meaning leads to language. Let's take a situation, for example. This is especially good for low-level students who don't have a lot of English. We can use a simple situation like a picture, for example, and try to get the students to use the grammar form that we want through the presentation. What I try to do is I try to get my students to use the grammar first. I don't tell my students, today we are going to learn present continuous. Are you ready? Let's start. Present continuous is this form this way. No, it's so boring. It's really not interesting for them. Instead, if we look at a picture, for example, to use present continuous, you say, what do you see in the picture? I see a man, I see a woman, I see a cow, I see this. And what's happening in this picture? Can you tell me what actions? And see if the students themselves can start to use present continuous, if any of them know. If they don't, just simple, they're just saying, go, see, talk, play. Okay, yes, that's typical, but what about right now? How can we say it right now? If they can't say it, then I will say it. But if they can, then, oh, you said it, great. They are playing, and I write it down on the board. You see this, they are playing. They play, they are playing. Aha, this is now. Now they are playing, and we start to focus on the grammar through this. Let's take an example of this. What do you guys see in this picture? If we were using present continuous form, what can you tell me in present continuous in this picture? Anybody, what do you see?
They're doing something.
Very good, they are doing something. What are they doing?
3 men are playing rugby.
Okay, fantastic. They are playing American football, actually, yeah.
American football. Okay.
They are having fun.
Having fun.
Okay, how about the guy who is standing up? What is he doing?
He's trying to do a swallow, ласточка.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, what do you think? What action is he doing with his foot?
He's going to kick.
Yeah, so we could say, for simple students, we would say he is kicking the ball. He's kicking the ball. Or maybe he is kicking ahead. Maybe. Okay. How about the second guy? What is he doing with the ball? The
Holding
guy.
it.
Yeah,
He's watching.
correct. He's holding the ball. He's looking.
He's
And
pointing
he's
somewhere.
pointing at something or somebody.
He's pointing at somebody, correct. And how about the guy on the ground, laying down? What is he doing?
He's laying and pointing at something too.
Yep, he's laying and he's waiting and he's pointing.
He's being upset because he's about to be kicked in.
Yes, he's about to hurt very badly. Yes, correct. So this is how we can use these situations to help us in our grammar. What is he doing? And then we can draw the things on the screen to show what we are talking about, to help the students understand what are we talking about. He's lying on the ground, he's holding the ball, he's kicking the ball, and it's the process that's happening now at this time. Great. I think I will stop this presentation at this point. because I want to make sure we have time for some questions. Any questions? That's just a few ideas of things that we can do in our classroom. The biggest thing for me, the biggest thing I could say is try to have fun, even when you must teach something boring. Because I think our students, they feel our mood as teachers. And one of the biggest things for me, like today, you know what I had to do today? Today I had to make a video with my students about Thanksgiving, because the place where I work wanted the groups to make different videos, the students to make videos about Thanksgiving Day. So with my group, today, I said, today we are going to make a video about Thanksgiving. And of course, my students said, oh no, I don't want to make a video. That's so boring. And I said, you know, you're right. Making a video is not very cool, not very fun, but this group is such an amazing group. You guys are like superstars, and I bet you could make the best video. And so I'm so excited to see what ideas that you'll have. And as soon as I said this, they started to sit up a little bit more. I think, ooh, we are a cool group. Okay, maybe we can do something. All right.
How old are your students?
This group, this particular group, the students were 13, 14 years old. So the biggest thing, I think, is the students reflect what they see. So if we teachers are excited about grammar, yeah, grammar, it's great, then maybe our students will be more excited too. But any questions about anything? You can ask any question about anything. If you need a moment to think, you can think too.
Would you like to publish your movie? Your video?
The video?
Yeah.
It's a good question. I should ask my students about this if they want to.
And during my lessons nowadays, I mean Zoom lessons, Zoom sessions, I've started using Triventy.com. So
What?
I make quizzes myself on different topics, on different grammar themes, country study topics, and so on. And we play online via Zoom.
That's fantastic, Alsu. Can you write this website maybe in the chat? So
Yes,
we can see. That would be great.
Just a minute.
Another website I used like this, it's called Kahoot.
Kahoot, and I know quizzes. So quizzes.com, I think. But Triventy is my favorite.
I know quizzes too.
Great.
Quizzes too. And do you like them? Do you like this site?
Yes.
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 And do you make your own quizzes?
Wrong note.
Your own
not
quizzes.
Yet.
Not
own
yet.
Quizzes. Not
But
yet.
I'll try.
So Triventy.com, I've written in the chat.
Great, thank you. I'm looking it up.
So you may use public quizzes there, but before using them with students, you should check wrong and right answers, because there are some misprints there, wrong answers.
Okay,
so you should check first of all.
Good advice. Good advice. Great. Any more questions? Anything Jeremy can help you with? I know
Jeremy always helps us.
I know as teachers, we have a very difficult job. So like I say, you are my heroes.
And maybe next English club session will be devoted to Christmas and New Year.
Probably, because it will be right around that time, Christmas and New Year. You are also welcome if you will join this group every time regularly. You can suggest topics. You can suggest problems
Okay.
too. Like, man, every time in my lesson we always have this problem. What do other teachers do? Because we can help each other with these things too. I'm not perfect either, so sometimes I can learn some things from you too, I think, which would be great. Well, this is fantastic. This has been wonderful. It's so nice to see all of you. I think this is a
Thank you
great
very much.
start for this club, and hopefully we can continue this regularly. And yeah, it may even be possible, I think, once coronavirus has finished doing its thing, maybe sometimes we can even meet together face to face. That would be great too. We'll see what works.
So I have a kind of suggestion. So
Sure,
if next time if we talk about Christmas, probably maybe could you tell us something how to use movies teaching English? Because I'm really interested in that, because I usually teach video classes, and I have a few movies that I use, but I'm really fed up with those. And I would like to have something new. I always do the same things every year, the same activities, and maybe you could suggest something more interesting. Like, for example, the movie that I usually show before Christmas, like in December, probably you've seen it. It's Elf with Will Ferrell.
Yes, Elf. That's a funny
kind
one.
of.
But I agree with you, because if you watch it too many times, it becomes really stupid and boring.
Well, I know, I just memorize it. I know it by heart, this movie. So, but I think that this movie is interesting because well, it's not interesting as a movie. I mean, the plot, it's like a fairy tale mostly, but the language is good, and the Christmas is shown in really. I like how it's shown, like kind of cultural information about American Christmas.
Yeah, that's great. No, that's fantastic. It's a good idea. And we can talk more about films and using films in our, and also ways we can use films as well, how to use them in the lesson most effectively. That's a great idea. We can talk about that next time too. But I think our time here is finished for today. So it's been a pleasure to see you, to be with you guys, and I can wish you, I guess, happy Thanksgiving too.
Happy
I know
Thanksgiving to you too.
it's not really celebrated here, but in any case, we always have things we can be thankful for. So
thank you so much, Jeremy. Sorry for keeping silent. So just today it's Black Friday. That's why I'm hunting. I'm hunting for sales.
Irina, good job. Well done. It's perfect.
Thank you.
You know what, Irina?
Thank you,
because
Jeremy.
in America, everyone is doing the same as you right now. In America, everybody's doing this. So
Thank
good job,
you, Jeremy.
everybody. All right. Good luck to you, everybody. Have a great evening. Let's stay in touch. We'll see you next time.
Thank you very much, Jeremy.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.